November is almost here in Pokemon Go, bringing new raids, spotlight hours, and events. And in this video, I will be going through all of the details and tips to help you make the most of it. So starting with the events for the month, firstly we have a Go Battle League weekend running from November 2nd to the 3rd. And this event will offer 4x Stardust from win rewards. You'll be able to do up to 100 battles per day, and the Pokemon encountered from win rewards will have no IV floor to allow for PvP IVs. There will also be a free timed research rewarding avatar shoes inspired by Alistair, and you'll get an elite TM. There will also be a $1 research rewarding 30,000 Stardust, 3 rare candies, and a star piece. Following this, we have the Harvest Festival event running from November 7th up until the 12th. And this event will offer 2x catch candy, increased chance to encounter shiny Pumpkaboo. Mossy Lures will be attracting different Pokemon during the event, including Alolan Exeggutor, Snorlax, Pumpkaboo, and Smoliv. Pumpkaboo attracted to a Mossy Lure will have a higher chance of being a supersized Pumpkaboo than those found in the wild. The wild encounters will be Oddish, Execute, Hoppip, Sunkern, Miltank, Zigzagoon, Bunnelby, small, average, and large size Pumpkaboo, Smoliv, which can be shiny for the first time in Pokemon Go, and rarely you'll be able to encounter supersized Pumpkaboo. And in field research will be Pumpkaboo and Smoliv. There will also be the option of a $2 research that will get you 2 Mossy Lure modules, 1 incense, 1 lucky egg, and encounters with Smoliv. And during the Harvest Festival on the 10th will be November Community Day featuring Mankey. For this event, Mankey will be appearing more frequently, and it will have boosted Community Day shiny rates of 1 in 25. For the bonuses, you will be able to evolve Primeape into Annihilape after catching 20 fighting type Pokemon whilst Primeape is your buddy. There will be 3x catch XP, 2x catch candy, 2x chance for Candy XL. Lure modules and incense will last for 3 hours. You'll get 5 snapshot photobomb encounters with Mankey. You'll get 1 additional special trade for a maximum of 2 for the day, and all trades made will require 50% less Stardust. You can evolve Mankey to get a Primeape or an Annihilape that knows Rage Fist. There will be 4-star in-person Primeape raids, event-themed field research, Pokestop showcases, event-themed stickers, and a $1 research in the in-game shop. Following this, from the 15th to the 17th will be the Simply Groundbreaking event, and during this time on the 16th and the 17th will be the in-person Go Wild Area event in Fukuoka, Japan. Next up will be the Into the Wild event running from November 18th until the 22nd. After this, on the 23rd and 24th will be the global version of the Go Wild Area event. And lastly for the month, from the 27th until the 1st of December will be the Max Out finale. And what about the spotlight hours for the month? So first up on November 5th will be Surskit with 2x transfer candy. Next up will be Smoliv on the 12th with 2x evolution XP. Teddiursa and Combee will feature together on the 19th with 2x catch Stardust. And this spotlight hour will be particularly good to do because Combee is a Stardust boosted Pokemon that gives 750 Stardust per catch, which will be 1500 during the event and 2250 with a star piece active as well. Also, Teddiursa is a good Pokemon to get because Evolution Ursaluna is ranked 24 in the Master League, so it is a strong budget Pokemon for the Master League, so a great chance to get some candy in Candy XL. And lastly for the month will be Joltik on November 26th with 2x catch XP. And with that said, which Pokemon will be in raids and max battles during the month? So starting with the 5-star raids for November, we have Darkrai up until the 4th of November. Lugia will then return from the 4th of November until the 18th, and it will have its legacy move Aeroblast this time. It will also have raid hours on the 6th and the 13th. Next up will be Origin Dialga and Palkia from the 18th to the 27th, and any of these caught from raids between the 18th at 10 AM until the 24th at 11:59 PM will have a chance to know their signature adventure effect moves Roar of Time for Dialga and Spatial Rend for Palkia. Origin Dialga will have a raid hour on the 21st, and Origin Palkia will have a raid hour on the 22nd. Following these will be Zacian, Zamazenta, Regieleki, and Regidrago from the 27th of November up until the 3rd of December, and they will have a joint raid hour on November 27th. There will also be a couple of other raid hours going on during the month. On the 19th will be Nihilego raid hour, and on the 20th will be Tapu Koko raid hour. And it's worth noting that during raid hours in November, trainers will receive 1 guaranteed rare candy XL when catching Pokemon from in-person 5-star raids. For the Mega raids, Mega Banette will be available up until the 4th of November. Then Mega Manectric will take over from the 4th to the 11th. Next up will be Mega Salamence from the 11th to the 18th. Then Mega Beedrill and Mega Ampharos will take over up until the 27th. And lastly for the month will be Mega Altaria from the 27th up until the 3rd of December. And in 5-star Shadow raids for the month will be Shadow Suicune on Saturdays and Sundays only. And when it comes to the max battles, you will be able to encounter Max Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. And there will be a new new raid hour like features starting in November. These will be called Max Mondays, and they will be taking place between 6 PM and 7 PM, and they will feature a Max Pokemon. So on the 11th will be Max Charmander, on the 18th will be the debut of Max Drillbur, and on the 25th will be Max Bulbasaur. But how good are each of these raid bosses, and which are most worth your raid passes and max particles? So for the 5-star raids, Darkrai will be available at the start of the month, and it is the 9th best dark type attacker, but if you have access to Pokemon like Hydreigon and Tyranitar, which are better dark type attackers, then Darkrai is less of a priority to raid. We do have Lugia as well with legacy move Aeroblast, and it is ranked 57 in the Master League, and it's the 13th best flying type attacker in its shadow form. Origin Dialga is well worth raiding because it is ranked 30 in the Master League, and it's the 5th best steel type attacker and the 8th best dragon type attacker. Not only that, but it does have the chance of coming with its signature move Roar of Time, which has an adventure effect, which is an effect that you can use outside of battle. And this one in particular can pause the timer for items such as incense, daily incense, star pieces, and lucky eggs. This effect costs 5,000 Stardust and 5 Dialga candy for 6 minutes, and you can spend more to stack this up to 2 hours, and you can use it again to increase it up to 24 hours total. Origin Palkia is also definitely worth raiding while you can, because it is one of the best Pokemon in the Master League at rank 2, and it's the 4th best dragon type attacker in the game. And again, this Pokemon has the chance of coming with its signature move Spatial Rend, which again has an adventure effect. This effect increases the distance at which you can encounter Pokemon, and it costs 5,000 Stardust and 5 Palkia candy for 10 minutes. And again, it can be increased up to 2 hours and then up to a total of 24 hours. And generally, candy for Palkia and Dialga are very valuable because of their adventure effects. We also have Nihilego returning for a raid hour, and it is the 2nd best poison type attacker, so only really worth raiding if you need a good poison type attacker. Tapu Koko also returns for raid hour, and it is the 8th best fairy type raid attacker, but it does want legacy move Nature's Madness to be at its best, which it won't have from these raids, so it will require an elite charge TM to get. Zacian will be available this month, and it is the 10th best fairy type attacker, and it's ranked 35 in the Master League. And Zamazenta is available, but it isn't quite as relevant as Zacian, but it is ranked 67 in the Master League. Either way, catching both Zacian and Zamazenta will be worth it for their candy for when the crown forms are available in game, which will most likely have more meta relevance. We do also have Regieleki and Regidrago returning, but unfortunately neither of these have any meta relevance, and they can't be shiny either, so unless you need them for the Pokedex, they can be skipped. So out of all of these raids, I would recommend prioritizing Origin Dialga and Palkia. For the Mega raids, we have Mega Banette, which is the 4th best ghost type attacker, and it can be a good option, especially if you don't have access to Mega Gengar. Mega Manectric can also be a good option to raid if you haven't Mega evolved one before, because it's the 4th best electric type raid attacker and the best electric type Mega. Mega Salamence will return, and it is the 3rd best dragon type attacker and flying type attacker in the game, but if you have access to Mega Rayquaza, then Mega Salamence is less of a priority to raid. Mega Beedrill will be available, and whilst you can rarely get Beedrill Mega Energy from spinning gyms, it could be worth doing this raid to get the Mega Energy you need quickly. Mega Beedrill is the 3rd best poison type attacker and the 5th best bug type attacker, so definitely not a bad Mega to have access to. Mega Ampharos is the 8th best electric type raid attacker, so not a bad option, but I would recommend going for Mega Manectric instead if you can. And Mega Altaria is not very meta relevant, but it can be useful during fairy and dragon type events because it can boost candy gains for both of these at the same time, and those two types do occasionally feature together in events. And for the max battles, all 3 Max Kanto and Gala starters will be available, and if you are looking to invest in max Pokemon, I would recommend the Gala starters in terms of damage, because they will do more damage than the Max Kanto starters apart from Max Cinderace, which won't do as much damage as Max Charizard if it has Blast Burn. However, if you did manage to get the Gigantamax Kanto starters, then it could be worth doing some Max Kanto starter battles to get some candy to power them up. And Max Blastoise may also be of use because it does have a comparatively good defense, so it can be a good Pokemon to use to tank hits from Power Spot bosses before swapping into higher damage dealing Pokemon. And on the Max Monday, November 18th, Max Drillbur will be available for the first time, and Max Excadrill will be a great one to get and to power up because it will be very helpful against Max Toxtricity, which will be available for the Go Wild area event in Fukuoka on November 16th and 17th, and the global version of the event on November 23rd and 24th. So if you want to know more about the Go Wild area event, I do have a video up on the channel now, so I recommend checking that out. And with that said, if you did enjoy this video, then I recommend checking out these videos on the screen now, and I'll catch you in the next one.